champion coming into tonight, well over 900 days as the champion. His third straight WrestleMania as a heel, defending that title in the main event. On the other side, you had Cody Rhodes, who has yet to be beaten since he came back to the company 1 year ago at WrestleMania. Had those great matches with Seth Rollins.
Yeah. I said, you know, I don't watch this stuff that much no more, but I'll listen to see what Jason's talking about it, because Jason will let you have it, and that's it. We just have to, you know, agree to disagree on stuff. We don't agree. I don't agree with him on the on the Cena stuff, but Cena's pretty much done now. So, but yeah, I heard Roman's had that belt almost 2 years or something like that, something crazy. It's time to turn it loose. And like I said, I don't watch this stuff, but check out now to see what Cody's doing, because he's back with the company. After being gone a long time. I know he said he wasn't coming back for that Stardust bullshit. That's over with. You know, because unfortunately, I don't really watch, because guess Nia's not coming back. But we will watch. I know they're not with this company, but we will watch. Cause made a video not too long ago. Brooke Valentine and what's that little cutie's name? Brooke Valentine and what's that girl? Nightingale. Willow Nightingale. There we go. And Brooke, Jesus Christ, that's a tag team right there. And it was managed by what's the girl's name? What's that girl's name? Faye Jackson. There we go. But y'all see that reaction soon enough. But let's see what Jason's talking about here with this WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is split into 2 nights now, because it was what was it, like 7, 8, went from, I think from a couple years ago, it went from 7 hours to 9 hours or something like that almost. That's a long time to be sitting there. So they had to split it into 2 nights. And then for people on a different coast, they got to wait till the middle of the night to start watching. So they'd be up till like 5, 6 in the morning.
Boris Peck won the Hell in a Cell match, went away, had the comeback story, won the Royal.
And this is, keep cutting them off. I'm not recording no 3 hours. So if I figure out how to do the live thing, and do more of the live stream, let's see if you can do the live stream on the StreamYard thing. Well, you got to pay for all that. I got to figure that out. But I'm going to see how much I'm going to record. And I got another video coming. It's like 30 minutes. Whew, these videos, they're long, boy. They're long as hell. I have to see how we have to fix that.
Rumble in the WrestleMania main event for the very first time. And it had a big fight feel to it. Triple H had an important decision to make. And I don't want to sit here and pretend that it was an easy decision to make. You know, like, oh, it's a no-brainer. You had a hard decision to make. You've had a good thing going with Roman Reigns now for a very long time. You're very close to 1,000 days as champion with this man. You have Bloodline story going, which has carried his television shows now for the better part of a year. What would SmackDown be like without the Bloodline?
I thought it was 2 years.
How many times have I said that during the SmackDown reviews? If you take the Bloodline out of the show, what do you have? So Triple H had to make a decision. Was tonight the right night to take the title off of Roman Reigns? I believe the answer to that is yes. Cody Rhodes has gotten over the way that I think the company had hoped. He's had crowd support. The crowd hasn't turned against him. He's proven to be a merchandise mover, and he's helping them sell tickets. And it seemed like Cody had all the momentum in his favor going into this show tonight. He came out tonight. His family was out there at ringside. -1. Brody Lee Jr. was out there at ringside. Right? His daughter was out there at ringside. What was Triple H going to do? I said coming into this show, I thought Cody would win. If it were up to me, Cody Rhodes would have won. I wouldn't be mad if Roman Reigns left with the championship because, look, I've enjoyed this Bloodline story like everybody else has. As I sit here and watch what they did, though, in that main event, that was a complete dog shit ending to that WrestleMania main event. The way they went about doing it, I don't agree with at all. It was A real shame, because it was a dog shit ending to an otherwise fantastic main event. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes went in there and had an excellent WrestleMania main event. Anybody who doubted whether or not, Cody and Roman, they're going to work well together, what kind of match is Cody going to have in the main event? For his first WrestleMania main event, Cody passed the test with flying colors, right? Roman's had enough of them by now under his belt. He's had a lot of stinkers. He's had a few good ones. So they were having a fantastic match, which is why it bums me out that we got the kind of finish that we did here tonight in that main event. The fans were ready for it. Cody had some boos when he came out. It was not universal 100% praise when he came out tonight, but as the match went on, it was building, and it was building, and it was building. You had Solo Sikoa out there constantly getting involved until the referee finally had enough and he sent him to the back. Right? Everybody cheered. And then we got the ref bump.
Roman had some help.
Usos come in.
Some help out
Everyone's
there.
like, oh, here we go again. Here comes Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to even the odds, right?
All this
Very
damn
poetic.
help.
Kevin Owens hits a stunner on Roman Reigns. Sami Zayn hits the haluva kick on Roman Reigns. They clear the ring.
That was just like,
Now,
not they're two different people, but like with Triple H that time. Every time you turn around, some damn, because my buddy used to get more pissed off. There's some damn help coming out there. Even if Evolution is bad from ringside, he'll come out there he'll send somebody else out there, he'll pay him off, and like, okay, I'm gonna give you $5,000 to cost so and so the belt, and you thinking that just because they have him barred from ringside, he ain't Triple H ain't have a plan. That dirty dog always had a plan. That's why he was so damn dirty. He pissed you off. He pissed you off more when they handed him the damn belt. I'll never forget that. Oh, here's a belt for you. Shoot. Oh, that was something. All this damn help. At least when Lesnar was dirty, he didn't have all this damn. He even told Heyman, "Don't you get involved." He sent Heyman to the locker room sometime. He didn't need no damn all this damn help.
Ejected. The Usos have been taken out of the equation. Now it's a fair fight. Right? Now it's one-on-one. Let's see what happens. It was building and building. They had it right there. The crowd was ready for it. And then they just had it ripped away from them.
Let me guess. He lost.
In the worst possible way.
Roman lost. Not Roman.
I almost would have had
what's
more
his name?
respect for this finish if Roman would have actually beaten it. When I say clean, I don't necessarily mean clean, no shortcuts or anything. But even if you would have had like a thumb to the eye or some kind of Cody comes off the ropes with a disaster kick and thumbs him in the eye, puts his knee out, Cody lands on his balls or something like that.
I don't know about that.
Instead, we have Solo Sikoa coming back out behind the referee's back, Samoan Spike, the spear and the pin. More interference in this match. What they did tonight, we were in Los Angeles tonight for WrestleMania. It may as well have been Cardiff. Because that's what they gave us. They gave us the Clash at the Castle finish. Minus the Samoan Spike.
Clash of the Castle.
That was the night Solo Sikoa made his debut.
They trying to change that from Clash of the
and
Champions?
Solo Sikoa is the one who cost Drew McIntyre the championship. That was in September.
Oh, McIntyre.
And you look back at that, and WWE made the right decision by not putting the title on Drew McIntyre in September because we got all this great shit from September to now with the Sami Zayn story in the bloodline. It would have been a mistake to take the title of Roman Reigns back in September. There were a lot of people very upset about that finish too.
Come on,
a lot of people very upset about the finish in Montreal at Elimination Chamber when Sami Zayn did not win the championship. But I said Sami Zayn's not going to win the championship. Sami Zayn is not the right guy to win the championship. They're not going to do it. They're not going to put the titles on him. He has another story with Kevin Owens. We saw that play out in the main event of WrestleMania last night. But this felt different. This felt different. And you had a couple of guys come out who had been wronged by Roman Reigns, got a little bit of revenge on him. Fair fight. They had it. It was right there for the taking. And they got in their own way. And I believe Triple H made a mistake today. That ending sucked. That was a terrible way for the WrestleMania main event to come to an end. That might be fine for Backlash. That might be fine for Clash at the Castle.
Backlash.
That might be fine for any other event. But when you have a situation like this where you have this heel champion who has already come out of 2 previous WrestleManias in a row, keeping his title, and this is what you do for the 3rd year in a row, and you have Solo Sikoa run in and hit the Samoan spike, and
Wait a minute,
Roman Reigns picks up a win.
Roman had the belt in 3 years. No, I think he means 3 WrestleManias. Okay, they're trying to do him like Oh yeah, okay. Okay, they're trying to do him like what's his name? Cena now. Being in every time you turn around, he's in the main event. Whether it's with the belt or without the belt. Okay, I get it.
I mean, that's your WrestleMania finish? Really? That's the best ending you could come up with for WrestleMania? Now look, I guess they got what they wanted because everybody is talking about it. I guess that's what Triple H and Vince McMahon want. Everybody now is talking about this finish. I see a lot of anger. Some people like the finish. A lot more people seem
and I'm hearing he's back in control again. He can't get enough. He can't get enough.
But they got what they wanted. And now everybody is talking about this. I'm sure everybody will tune into television this week to see where the story goes. I'm not sure where they're going to go with this. Cody Rhodes is not dead. Everybody's saying that they Lugered him. Cody Rhodes has been Lex Luger. Let me remind you that Lex Luger celebrated a win by countout with balloons and did not win the championship.
Oh, that was horrible.
Very different.
I remember that was horrible.
Tonight where somebody interfered in the match.
I hate to keep cutting him off. That was terrible. I remember that. That wasn't WrestleMania. That was SummerSlam with the American flag music. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, Lex has won the match. I was like, yeah, but not the belt. I remember that. That was when the whatever that was gimmick. No, he had a narcissist gimmick. He cut that out, and he had the we used to get in trouble in school trying to hit people with the elbow, the steel-plated forearm, which that actually, all jokes aside, that's actually a real thing. He does have plates in his elbow, but the plated forearm. But yeah, that I remember. Yeah, I forgot about. Yeah, that was. I might have had that magazine. Yeah, they had him up on the shoulders and everything, like he won something. That was stupid.
Cody Rhodes the win. That is not the same thing. So I would not say that he was Lugered per se. But does it hurt Cody? I think it does, yes.
No, Luger and Rhodes are two different people.
He went in there tonight talking about how he has to finish the story and he couldn't do it. Interference or not, it takes the wind out of his sails a little bit. Now we'll see. If Cody Rhodes can sustain his popularity, what are they going to do with him in the meantime? And what's the plan here? If the plan is to get to 1,000 days at the end of May, okay, you get to 1,000 days, then what? Like, who cares? I certainly hope that's not the only reason that Triple H kept the belts on Roman Reigns. So he can rack up another accolade. Hopefully he has a better reason than that. What's the direction here? You're going to put the titles on Cody at SummerSlam? What's the difference between SummerSlam and WrestleMania? You're going to put the titles on the same guy? Well, I mean, who else is there? Seth Rollins?
That's the next paper.
Seth Rollins never got beat by Roman Reigns. I guess you can go back to Seth, right? Logan Paul.
WrestleMania.
Who else? Beating everybody else, Jey Uso, right? Everybody's saying, "Oh, what about Jey Uso?" I absolutely agree. There is a story to be told with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, and I think we will eventually get Roman Reigns one-on-one with Jey Uso. Do I think Jey Uso is the one to win the undisputed championship and get a run? No, I don't see that happening.
He's gonna lose that belt eventually. Oh, come on.
So I'm not sure exactly where they're going to go with this now. This felt like a missed opportunity to me here tonight. I think it was a mistake that Triple H made. I think he made the wrong call. I think you could have continued that bloodline story even if Roman would have lost those championships tonight. He opted to go a different way. Not angry that Roman is the champion, but I'm upset because there was a great finale there to that main event that would have really closed this WrestleMania on a high note, making this one of maybe the best WrestleManias that they've ever done. As it was, this takes it down a few notches because it was the main event. But night one was easily the better of the two nights, right? All the praise I heaped upon night one last night and how night two is going to have a challenge to top what we saw on Saturday, it did not. It was not a terrible night. This was not a bad night of WrestleMania. There were some really good matches on the show, including the main event. Even if you put the finish aside for a second. I know it's important to people. You got to stick the landing. The finish matters. This was a very good...
Come on now.
Very good WrestleMania. This was not as good as night one. When you put it all together, this will definitely go down as one of the best WrestleManias that they've done in many years. many years. And I like 38. 39, though, blew it out of the water. But that's what's so frustrating.
I ain't watched WrestleMania since The Rock. And seen the first one. Wish they should have left it alone after that. But Austin, he just had to have a rematch. You pain in the ass. Yeah, let me see. What was that? 28? Did I get 29? No. I got the last ones I got were 26. Yeah, 26, 27, 28. The after 28, that was it. Yeah, I stopped after that. I think, yeah. Those three, that was it.
They could have stuck the landing tonight. And I think it was a missed opportunity. I think Triple H made a mistake. We had the Intercontinental Championship. This is another thing, by the way. Now that I really look at all these results, there was another common thread here to these matches tonight.
Damn.
We had Roman Reigns defending his championship in the main event.
10 years, almost.
And he comes out yet again as a winner. Okay. We had Gunther defending the Intercontinental title against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. I love Gunther.
That guy, I thought they said his name was...
I think Gunther is great.
His name
I think
Gunther.
Gunther a year from now may be in the position that Roman Reigns is in. He should be competing for the top championship. He should be king of the ring in May. They kept the Intercontinental Championship on Gunther. Again, there's an opportunity to put the title on Sheamus. You want to have a WrestleMania moment. We had Sheamus and Gunther at Clash
Sheamus
at the
still
Castle.
hanging in there.
Sheamus couldn't get the job done. They had a match on television. Not long after that, Sheamus again couldn't get the job done.
Oh, Sheamus.
And I said, well, you know what?
He'd been there for a
All
while.
is fine, because they're going to tell the story of coming back to it at WrestleMania. Sheamus always wanted to be the Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, Sheamus, I remember. Speaking of him, that dirty Triple H. That shit was funny. Triple H was making a speech about something, and Sheamus came out there with a big stick and hit him in the back of the head. That's good for you, dirty dog ass. Because Triple H was always jumping on somebody first, and I'm glad that he hit him right in the back of his head, laid him out cold. Oh boy! And I remember the first match with Lesnar and Triple H. They had to damn near get some help out there with a stretcher. That was good. Got a good ass whooping. But yeah, but that Sheamus thing, that was funny though. Came out there and he was Sheamus. He been with the company for a while because that's he was there when Bryan was still there, and Bryan been gone like 2 years already.
Circle back around to it at WrestleMania in front of 75,000 people, and finally Sheamus gets that elusive win over Gunther. Right? What
Sheamus
a great
been there
story.
for a minute.
Well, here we are at WrestleMania. Sheamus ends up back in the ring with Gunther, and Gunther walks out as the Intercontinental Champion. Why? Why? Don't tell me that, well, he has to break the Honky Tonk Man's record. Fuck the Honky Tonk Man. I'm not talking about the Honky Tonk Man. I don't give a shit about the Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man. Care about no Honky Tonk. Let me get that back.
Championship. He should be king of the ring in May.
Honky Tonk Man. Come on.
They kept the Intercontinental Championship on Gunther.
Don't want to be Elvis, dude.
Again, there's an opportunity to put the title on Sheamus. You want to have a WrestleMania moment. We had Sheamus and Gunther at Clash at the Castle. Sheamus couldn't get the job done. They had a match on television. Not long after that, Sheamus again couldn't get the job done. And I said, well, you know what? All is fine. Because they're going to tell the story of coming back to it at WrestleMania. Sheamus always wanted to be the Intercontinental Champion. It's the one title that's eluded him. What a great moment to circle back around to it at WrestleMania in front of 75,000 people. And finally, Sheamus gets that elusive win over Gunther. Right? What a great story. Well, here we are at WrestleMania. Sheamus ends up back in the ring with Gunther, and Gunther walks out as the Intercontinental Champion. Why? Why? Don't tell me that, well, he has to break the Honky Tonk Man's record. Fuck the Honky Tonk Man. We're not talking about the Honky Tonk Man. I don't give a shit about the Honky Tonk Man. All this talk about records that need to be broken. How many records are we going to break here? Got to get Roman to 1,000 days. We got to get Gunther. Why don't we just keep the titles on all these guys for the next 5 years and say fuck it? Why don't we do that?
Yeah, break. Go inside. It's got to break Flair's record. Didn't what else was it? That Kane threw out 11 or 12 people. So okay, now Roman's got to throw out 15 people. Come on, man.
Bianca Belair. comes into WrestleMania tonight, retains her title against Asuka in an excellent match, and now passes the 1-year mark as the Raw Women's Champion.
He said,
there was a pattern here. I'm just joking. But the Intercontinental Championship match was fucking awesome. I'm not going to sit here and bash the match. The match was absolutely fantastic. But I'll tell you what I will bash. Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, what's he doing?
Bobby Lashley was relegated this year to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh, shit.
I seen Friday, which was
see?
A disgrace.
I seen that somewhere. I was flipping, was it YouTube or on TV? Anyway, why is this man not saying he has to be in the main event, but in a bigger match? They should have saved the rematch with Lashley and Lesnar for the whatever you call it, the Mania. No, they had to do something else. Of course they did.
But there were extenuating circumstances. Whatever the hell's going on with Bray Wyatt, he was unavailable. So they didn't do the match. Which honestly was for the better because I think the match would have been shit. But it took away a spot for Bobby Lashley on the WrestleMania card. Now, Bobby Lashley's been going around talking about how I'm going to be at SoFi Stadium.
Don't tell me he was on commentary.
Throwing out an open challenge. I want to kick somebody's ass. He was doing it even a few days ago. Even after he won the Battle Royal on Friday, they did a segment in the back with him, and he said,
well, at least he won, but still.
I want a fight. Right? Open challenge.
That stuff pisses you
You
off.
know what Bobby Lashley did tonight? He came out and he waved. He came out with his trophy, like he won the fucking spelling bee in school. And he waved and he posed to the crowd in his street clothes. And that was the last we saw of him. What happened to the
He should have
open
beat
challenge?
somebody's ass
But
in the
you know
street
what?
clothes,
I just realized, you know what? WWE's
That's what he should
right.
have did. Beat
We
somebody.
don't have time for Bobby Lashley. You know why?
We don't have
You know why
time.
We don't have time for Bobby Lashley because here comes Shane McMahon. We had to make time for the return of Shane McMahon.
Oh boy!
To come out and do his shook and jive down the aisle and throw his stupid fucking phantom punches. Shane McMahon gets into the ring for a match with The Miz. Oh boy, I can't wait to see this, right?
Man.
Shane McMahon does a leapfrog and Shane McMahon blows his fucking knee out.
Look at here! Oh, look at this!
Now, I don't wish ill upon Shane McMahon. I hope it's not as serious as it looked. I wish him a speedy.
No, you don't want the man hurt. But what the hell's going on?
I have no will towards this.
What's going on?
If you have a guy like a Bobby Lashley or an LA Knight, and Bobby Lashley is a much bigger star on this roster than LA Knight is, but you saw the reaction that LA Knight got the other night on SmackDown, right? In that city, he would have come out at WrestleMania and gotten a big reaction, right? Even if he just went out there to get his ass kicked. LA Knight, Bobby Lashley. We don't have room on the show for these guys. But we got a big surprise for everybody. We'll send 53-year-old Shane McMahon out there with the best fucking punches in the world. And then you saw what happened. Snoop Dogg has to step in now, and they call an audible. And Snoop Dogg is like an old vet. He goes in there and says, we'll call it on the fly. So he punches The Miz. He delivers the worst people's elbow in the world. But he's Snoop Dogg, so it's okay because he can make it look cool.
Wow, Snoop Dogg getting in
He
there.
made the most of a bad situation. What a fucking disaster. You don't have room for Bobby Lashley on this show, but you got to send Shane McMahon out there? Really? That was their great idea? That was their big surprise for WrestleMania this year? Pat McAfee on night 1, Shane McMahon on night 2. Tonight was historic for a lot of reasons. But tonight was historic for another reason. And I'm not going to get too deep into this because it's already late and we got a lot to talk about here. But I will very likely be doing a video on this tomorrow, especially if the news breaks and the news is official tomorrow. But just so you guys are aware, because you may have missed it, we may have just witnessed the final WrestleMania under the ownership and full control of Vince McMahon.
Oh, yeah.
This may have been it.
I heard about that. He sold the company. I don't believe it. But it's not Disney. It's not overseas. He didn't sell it to Eric Bischoff. But it's sold now. Sold! That's something. You never thought you'd see it.
This may end up being the final WrestleMania officially under Vince McMahon, because there was a bombshell report from CNBC earlier this afternoon before WrestleMania started And other websites have since confirmed what's going on. Deadline.com had a story, but it originated with CNBC, that it looks like WWE is about to be sold to Endeavor, the parent company of UFC. And it sounds like what
UFC
will be happening
zoo.
is they're going to form a new publicly traded company that WWE and UFC will basically be folded into. So they'll still exist on their own, but they're going to both be under this newly formed publicly traded company that Endeavor will own. That's what it sounds like. Big multi-billion-dollar deal. It's not official yet, but it sounds pretty official. And the word is that it could be announced as soon as tomorrow. So if that happens, I will be doing a video on that tomorrow, very likely, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, we may have just witnessed the final WrestleMania that is fully under the ownership and auspices of Vince McMahon. You know what? After that finish tonight, I'm not so sure that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. This is your WrestleMania 39, night number 2 review. I am the Solomonster. Thank you for choosing me.
That's I'm gonna stop him right there. But yeah, it ain't nothing making me get back in there. I see the pictures up here. I see Edge's back. That still ain't getting me back up there. You know, now it was back for real. We'd have to see about something. Or if but let's call her Brooke Nightingale. Well, I don't know about that. Brooke Valentine. She got the contract. If she got the contract, I said if she got the contract, or she got the contract up there with her girl, I'm saying Brooke Valentine, Willow Nightingale, and they got the tag team again. And you know, I watched little AEW more than I watched this, but still, I would have to see about something. Like what's next? Let me see something. Get Thick and Juicy back, and then you have to bring back she ain't there. Faye Jackson as the manager. Okay, get him back, get him up there, and then we'll have to see something.